India is one of the oldest civilizations in the world. Its history spans over 5,000 years, filled with stories of empire, culture, struggles, and resilience. From the planned cities of the Indus Valley civilizations to the partition of India 1947, this is a story of history of nations that has constantly transformed itself. Our journey begins with the Indus Valley civilization, one of the world's largest and earliest urban cultures. Cities like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, and Dholavira were the marvelous of urban planning. Streets were straight and laid out of grids. Houses had advanced drainage systems and were the standardized weight for the trade. The people of were farmers, traders, and craftsmen. They made beads, pottery, and seals, and traded with regions like Mesopotamia. Despite their brilliance, the civilization was declined, probably due to the climate change and the shifting rivers. Yet, it laid the foundations of Indian urban life, trade, and culture. After the decline of the Indus cities, the Vedic age began with the arrival of the Aryans. They composed Vedas, India's oldest sacred text, with thought about ritual, society, and philosophy. Society became organized into four varnas: Brahmins, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, and Sudras, and small kingdom emerged in northern India. The Upanishad, a philosophical text from this period, explores life, soul, morality, and the universe. This period shaped Hindu culture, spirituality, and early governance systems of India. Next, come to the Mauryan Empire, India's first large-scale empire. Chandragupta Maurya was the founder of this empire, united the most of the northern India, and his grandson Ashoka the Great became famous for spreading Buddhism and promoting peace and justice. Ashoka's edicts, carved on rock and pillars, explained moral governance and welfare politics, trade, and culture flourished during this period. The Mauryan Empire saw the importance of strong governance combined with moral responsibility. After the centuries of small kingdom, the Gupta Empire brought India's golden age. This era saw a great achievements of mathematics, astronomy, literature, and art. Aryabhatta calculated the value of pi and studied the solar system. Literature in Sanskrit, especially in works of Kalidasa, reached new heights. Temples and sculptures from these periods reflect artistic sophistication, trade, agriculture, and prosperous, making society stable and prosperous. From the 12th century, northern India came under the Islamic rule. The Delhi Sultanate introduced Persian art, architecture, and administration. Later, the Mughal Empire became the powerful uh, in the force of Indian culture and society. Mughal emperors like Akbar, Shah Jahan are remembered for religious tolerance and cultural achievements. The Fatehpur Sikri, Taj Mahal, miniature paintings, and classical music reflects the cultural synthesis of this period, where the Hindu and Muslims tradition blended beautifully. By the 18th century, the Mughals weakened and regional powers like Marathas, Mysore, and Sikh states became important. Meanwhile, European powers arrived, the Portuguese, Dutch, and finally the British. The British East India Company gradually gained power, and the Battle of Plassey marked the beginning of the British dominance of India. Social reformers like Rajaram Mohan Rai and sought to improve society by fighting Sati and promoting modern education. The 1857 revolt, also called India's first war of independence, was a major challenge to British rule. Thought, though it failed, it inspired future generation. Though it failed, but it inspired future generation. The British Raj introduced railways, schools, and law, but also caused economic hardships and famines. The Indian National Congress, formed in 1885, led the fight for the independence. Mahatma Gandhi promoted non-violence, leading movements like Salt March and Quit India movement. Revolutionary like Revolutionary leaders like Bhagat Singh, Subhash Chandra Bose also fought bravely. India finally gained independence on 15th August 1947, but it came at the terrible cost. Religious tension between Hindus and Muslims led to partition of India, creating India and Pakistan. Millions of people displaced and hundreds and thousands who lost their lives. Partition marked both tragedy and the beginning. India became sovereign democratic nation, ready to write its own story. And lastly, from the planned cities of the Indus Valley civilization to the struggle for freedom and partition, India's history is a story of resilience, creativity, and courage. It shows how people build civilization, overcome challenges, and fought for justice and identity. Today, India stands as a vibrant, diverse, and democratic nation, carrying the lessons of its long history of the future. Understanding this past help us appreciate India's culture, unity, and spirit. Thank you for watching this video.